Hello guys, what's up? How is going? Welcome to my YouTube channel, and in today video we are going to build this hopping cart with the help of Redux and a material design Bootstrap 5. So as you can see that on app reload we have 4 items in our shopping cart, and you can increase the quantity of each product. So if I increase this one, you can see that we are able to increase the quantity, and you can also decrease the quantity of the product by clicking on this arrow down. And you can also see that the total count of cart is also getting updated. So if I increase this one, so you can see that this is also getting updated, as well as the total cart amount is also getting updated. So everything is happening at the same time. Your total cart amount is changing along with this value as well. And you can also remove the product from our shopping cart as well. So if I click on this icon, so it will remove the item from our shopping cart. And for every action we are dispatching a Redux action. So if I show you the console, so you can see that in the console we are dispatching a Redux action. Okay, so you can see that we are dispatching increase, get hotels, remove. So we are dispatching this different action to perform our action in this application. And we are also persisting this application as well with the help of Redux persist. So if you perform some action like increasing the quantity, and if you reload this application again, so you can see that everything is stay as it is. Our total amount, the quantity of each product, and the total count in the cart. Okay, so everything is persistent. You have also option to clear the entire cart by clicking on this button, that is clear cart. And if you click on this button, you will get a message like your shopping bag is empty. And if you reload the application, you won't get back your item in the cart because we are persisting our application here. So you will never get back your item in the shopping cart. And in order to get back those items, so I have given an option like you can click on this button and get item. So you will get back your all 4 items in your shopping cart. Basically, if you wanted to play more around with this application, so I have provided this option to you guys. So overall, this application we are going to build with a Redux and the material design Bootstrap 5. So before we start writing any code, if you haven't subscribed this channel, then please subscribe and share the channel with your colleague as well. If you find out this content is useful, then you can share this channel with your colleague as well. I will keep bringing new stuff on React and Redux. So let's start building this application. So as you can see that I am in my directory, and I'm going to open one CMD here, and I'm going to create a project here. So the project name I will give like npx create react app, and the project name will be like redux cart app. So this project I am giving here, and so now it will install some dependency, and based on your OS performance and the internet connection, it will take around 5 to 10 minutes to install all the necessary dependency. So I'll be back once all the dependency get installed. So guys, our all dependency got installed here, and you can see that project is created now, that is Redux Art app. So now I am going into this project cd redux cart app, and now before I am doing npm start, I will install some packages here. So I need npm install dash save, and the package is like mdb react ui kit to work with our component. Then we need redux logger, and we need React Redux, and I think that's it. That's all required to build this project. So let's wait for this installation, and I have already opened this project in my Visual Studio Code. So I'm just going into my Visual Studio Code now. So guys, this is the project that we have created, and it's open in my Visual Studio Code. And in app.js, we are going to remove this one. Okay, so we don't need this one. So we are going to structure, and first I will work on the UI, then later I will implement the Redux. Okay, so what we will have, so we'll have navbar first, and after that we'll having the a cart container will have, and inside this cart container we'll have our all item of cart, as well as that total amount of the cart item, as well as that clear cart button. So those all thing will go inside this cart container, and this will having a navbar where we have some one button like to get all the items. If your item bag is empty, if your shopping cart is empty, so you can get all the item from navbar, and in navbar we will place one button get items, and we will have one badge as well to show how many items we have in our cart. So that will represent the total count of the item in the cart. So let's start working on this navbar first. So I will create here navbar.js, and I'm using the extension here one. So the extension is this extension I'm using. So this extension I'm using to generate the snippet, and one more extension I'm using to format the code as well. So you can install this extension, this 3-tier, and there is one more extension that is a bracket colorizer, something that so this extension I'm using to colorize our closing and the opening bracket. So this all 3 extension I'm using in this project. Okay, so let's work on this one. So I'm going to generate one functional based component, so RFCE, and this will give me the snippet. So now I'm just going to give heading navbar, and just use this component here. So I'm just removing this one, we don't need this one, and instead of navbar we'll having the navbar. Okay, and let's see whether our package is installed or not. So our package is installed, and let's do npm start. So let's wait for the application load into the browser, and meanwhile I will create some file here. So the other files will be like cart container. Okay, and we'll have one more file like cart items.js, and I also need to bring one data file here inside this source folder. So I'll just paste it that file here, and I'm going to paste this file here. So I just paste it here. So let me paste this file here. So you can see that I'm using this dummy data, and we have a 4 item. So you can see that it has the title, price, image, and amount. So initially all the amount is in 1. So we'll have 4 item in the cart. Once you load the application in browser, so initially it will have 4 item in the cart. So let's go into the browser and see whether working or not. So you can see that we got our navbar. So let's start with this navbar only, then we will work on the other component. So let's go into the navbar.js, and here we need some component from our material design bootstrap. So I'll import those components related to the navbar. So mdb react ui kit, and we need mdb navbar, mdb container, we need mdb icon, mdb navbar link, mdb navbar brand, mdb badge also we need here, and one button also we need here. So we have import all the necessary component from our material design bootstrap, and we have to work on this UI part. So let's remove this one, and we can have mdb navbar here, only navbar, and inside that I need to pass like expand lg dark bg color, and it will be a primary, and that's it. And we'll have one container, so mdb container, and we'll have brand, so mdb nav brand, and inside this brand I'll pass some style, my own style. So that will be like align items center, display flags, and justify content, and this will be space between, and inside this mdb navbar brand will have our heading like Redux shopping cart. So we can see it in the browser. So let's go into the browser, refresh it. Okay, it's not working, no problem. Okay, so it's not working because we need this ESS file. So you have to go to this official website and make sure you have selected this React version. Okay, so what we need here, so we need this import statement. Okay, and we have to use this import statement in index.js file, and we also need this font awesome because we are going to use some icon as well. So this icon will go here, index.html file, sorry, here index.html file, and we can go into the browser. So now we are getting the navbar properly in our application. So let's work on the other area. So in navbar we'll have button as well. So mdb btn, and we'll having the class name here text dark, and the color I can give here light, and I also need to give some inline style. So the width of button will be 100 pixel, and that's it as of now. So the button value will be the get items. So we can look into the browser as well. So we got this one, and don't worry about this styling part, this will fix later. And the next thing we'll having and one link, mdb navbar link. So I'm going to use this one. We'll have the class name here, class name mx-3 href, and it will be hash only, and we'll having the icon mdb icon, and I'm going to use the font awesome icon. So the icon will be like shopping cart, and size will be LG, and the color will be white. Okay, and we'll have the badge as well. So in the badge we are going to show the count, so how many item we have in our cart. So for that we are going to use the badge. So mdb badge, and as of now we are not implemented the Redux, so let's give the 4 some static value here, and just pass this props. So pill color, the color will be the danger, notification, and again we need to give some inline style. So font size we need to increase a little bit, so font size will be 12 pixel. So let's go into the browser. So we are getting this one, and we have issue with the container part. Actually I think container got closed here, so container will close here. Okay, so make sure to close this container here, and now let's go into the browser, and now we are getting everything proper. And let's increase this width little bit, so 120 pixel. Now this button is also displaying properly now, and at the moment we haven't implemented the Redux, so I have just given the some value here in the cart. Once we implement the Redux, we will be reading everything from the store. So the nav part is done here, and let's work on the container parts, cart container. So I'll be generating a snippet here again. So here we need from mdb react ui kit some component still we need here. So mdb react ui kit, and we will having a button. So bring the button and icon, mdb icon, remove this quote. Okay, and here we also need this data file. So as of now we haven't implemented the Redux in our application. So first I am going to read this data from this component itself. So cart data something I am giving here from the data file, and here what I'm going to use like h2 tag, and the class name will be fw hyphen bold, and it will be like your shopping cart. Okay, and after that I will map this cart data. Okay, and we also need to bring this component as well. So let's bring that one. We haven't worked on that component. We will work once we complete with this container part. So cart items from cart items. Okay, and cart data, and I'm going to map this one item, and I'm going to return and the cart items. I'll be using key here, item.id, and the rest of the item, it goes like this way only. Okay, now we'll having the footer. So footer, so we'll having one HR here in the footer, and I'm going to use div one h4 tag, and it will having the total and span. And at the moment we haven't implemented the Redux, so I'm just giving some dummy amount, and this h4 tag also will receive some inline style. So here in this project I'm not using any CSS style file, so all the styling will go as the inline only. So justify content space evenly I'm using, and margin right, and it will be the 60 pixel. And let's work on the other area. So we'll have one button, mdb btn, and the button value will be the clear cart. And here the color I can give danger. On click, we'll having the on click. So as of now, just give a console log. That's it. We'll implement this functionality later, and I'm going to also provide some inline styling as well. So width, I'm going to give 140 pixel, and margin top I need to give 50 pixel, and I think that's it. And we need to work on this cart item as well. So let's generate this component using RFCE, and as of now just leave as it is, and we are going to import this cart container in our app.js. So I'll remove this one, and I will import the cart container. So VS Code automatically suggests me this component, so I have just bring that one. And let's go into the browser whether we have any issue or not. So we don't have any issue, and we don't have any item to display because we haven't worked on this component art items.js. So we need to work on this component in order to display the items here. So in this component we need icon only from the material design bootstrap. So mdb react UI kit, and we are going to bring the icon here. So mdb icon, okay, and that's it as of now. And I'm going to destructure all the props that we are receiving from this cart container component. So let's destructure all the props here. So it receive ID, image, title, price, amount, okay. And we're gonna style this component now. So style, I'm just providing some inline style again here. So width, I'm giving 70 view width, okay, and max width, it will be like 90 view width, okay, and the margin will be 0 pixel auto. And I'm going to use here row class name. So row, and I will generate this class name with row, and this will also accept some inline style. So that will be like margin top 20 pixel and margin left with 120 pixel. Okay, and it will have some column. So I'm going to divide all the entire screen with a different columns high. So call sm2, and let's just display that image here. So in source I'm going to give that image, and the class name I'm going to use image fluid. So this all class name are the bootstrap class name that I'm using here, and alternative like we can give here title if there is no image, and style, so object fit, cover, width I'm going to give here 5 frame, and this will be and the height will be the 5 frame. So we can take a look into the browser as well. Okay, let's go into the browser, and we are able to see all the images here of our items. So let's work on the other area. So now I will have those other details like product details, price, and that delete icon as well. That part I am going to do in a different column. So call sm2, and I am going to give here title. So I am going to show the title in h5 tag, and let's go into the browser. So now we are able to display the title as well of each product, and now what we need to do, we need to also display the price as well. So it will be also in h5 tag and price, and I am giving some special color here. So style, and the color will be like, so the color will be 617D98. So let's go into the browser, and we are also able to display that price as well for each product item. Now the next thing we have to work on the icon part, that is a delete icon part. So mdb icon, and this will having the closing tag only, and fs icon will be the trash, and will having the inline style as well here. So cursor I am giving here cursor pointer, and the color will be red here simply. And let's go into the browser. So we are able to display this icon as well along with the price of each product item. And now we have to work on that arrow part, that is up and down arrow part. So that will goes into a different column. So that column will be like call sm8, and inside that I will have that icon. Okay, and this will be like fs, and the icon will be, the chevron up. So chevron up, and we'll having this style as well. So we don't need this color only the cursor pointer is enough, and inside that we'll have one p tag, so it will display how many you have added this item into the cart. So here we are going to use that amount part, so how many item we have this product in the cart, so I'm going to use that amount here. And we need to give some style this one as well, so margin top, and that will be the 10 pixel, and let's just copy, and this will be the down, and that's it I think as of now. So let's go into the browser. Hence, so now we are able to display this one as well, so you can increase, decrease. As of now this won't work because we need to set up the Redux in our application. So let's do that, setting up the Redux in our application. So I will create one folder here, that will be the Redux, sorry, that will be the folder, so it will be Redux, and inside Redux we will have couple of files, that is actions.js, action types.js, will having the store, will having the reducer as well, and will having the root reducer. Only this much files required in this reducer. So first let's start with this reducer part. Okay, so I'm going to define the initial state of our application. Okay, so initial state will have that total amount, so it will be 0, total count, it will having a 0, cart, so we need this data file here, so bring that data file like cart data from this data, and we are going to load this data from Redux. So this item will be basically reading from the store from now onwards. So this all item is now going to read from the store from now onward, and here we have used this way, so we won't use this way now once we set up the reducer in our application. So we have the cart data, and I think that's it. And let's define this reducer, so cart reducer, and export this one, export default cart reducer, and we'll having the state here, so state is equal to initial state and the action. So as of now we don't have any action, so I'll be just returning the default state in the switch case. So action dot type, and here we'll having the default, so default case will just return the state, so that we don't get any error once we reload this application. So on reloading the application in browser, we don't want any error, so that's why I'm doing this way. Let's go into the root reducer, and in root reducer we'll having that one component we need from the Redux. So from Redux we need combined reducer, and combined reducer, and we need that cart reducer as well that we have just created now, and const root reducer equal to, and I'm going to define this key. So you need to specify the key here. So key will be the cart and the reducer will be the cart reducer. So whenever you wanted to access the state from the store, so you have to use this cart key. So cart key will have the latest state. Okay, and I'm going to export this root reducer, export default root reducer, and we need to use this combined reducer, otherwise it won't work. Okay, so that's it. Now let's work on the store part. And in store we need something from Redux. From Redux we need apply middleware and store, and we also need logger here from Redux logger, and we'll having one middleware only here, so that is logger only. So middleware it will be empty, and I will check if you are in development mode, then only logger required, else in production mode we don't want this logger. So middleware dot push and logger, and now we need to define this store here. So const store equal to, so we need create store, actually not a store, so create store, and we are going to use this create store here, and inside that we need to also bring that root reducer. So bring that root reducer, and we need to pass this root reducer here, then apply middleware, and we are going to pass this middleware, and I think that's it, and we need to export this store as well. Okay, now let's go into the index.js so that our app can access that state from the store. So we need to bring the provider from the React Redux. So let's bring that provider, and we also need to bring that store. So we need to bring a store from the Redux. Make sure you have export this store. Okay, so yeah, we have export this store. Now we need to provide the store to our entire application. So we need to use the provider here, and in provider I'm going to put this app inside this. Okay, and we need to give the store like this way, store. Okay, and let's go into the browser whether we have any issue or not. So look like we don't have any issue. Okay, so what next thing we are going to do? The next thing we are going to do, here we are using this cart data directly this way, so we are not going to use this way. We are going to get that cart data from our store. So to get the cart data from the store, we need to use the use selector. So use selector is required here, and const use selector, and I'm going to use this way. Since our root reducer is registered with this value, this p cart, so I'm going to use this way, state dot cart. So I'll be using like this way only, state dot cart. Okay, and from state dot cart I'm going to destructure this state. So we need cart here. Okay, so in cart container I can use this one cart, and this cart can be used here. Instead of cart data we can use this way. Okay, so let's go into the browser. See, we don't have any issue. So now we are reading everything from the store now. Okay, and we have this clear cart. So let's decrease some margin top here. Let's decrease this one, right? Okay, so we should have everything at one page. Okay, I just don't want a scroll here, so I have just decreased this margin top here. Now let's work on the action part. So in order to work on the action part, first we have to work on the action type as well. So first we need to define all the action type. So I will have like clear items. So I'm going to define all action type at once. So clear items, and I'm just going to copy couple of times. Okay, this will having a remove, increase, and this will be also increase, this will be a decrease. Okay, and this will be like get totals, and we'll have one more display item. Okay, so only this action types required, and now let's work on the action. So the first action I'm going to use like get cart total. So get cart total, I'll be defining first action. So first I need to bring that types. So I need to bring the type import star as types from action types, and I'm going to export const get cart total, and type and types dot get total. Okay, and we need to write this logic here in our reducer how to get the total. Okay, so I'm going to add this case here, and before adding that case we need to also bring that action type. So types from action types import star as. Okay, and if types match with this get total, then we'll having the logic here. So to get the total of our shopping cart, so we need to write some logic here. So I'm going to destructure from the state. So state dot cart. Okay, state dot cart, and we can destructure like total amount and the total count. So here I'm going to use the reduce method. So reduce, and this will having a function. So cart total and the cart item. Okay, and we'll have this function, and we are going to destructure from the cart item, that is the price and amount. So from each cart item we are going to destructure the price and the amount, and the item total will be like, it's a simple math. So price into amount. Okay, and cart total dot total amount plus is equal to item total cart total dot total count, and it will be like amount, your amount, and return the cart total. And after that we have to also provide the initial value, so the total. So in reduce method we also provide in the second argument all the initial value. So I'm providing the initial value, this 0, and the total amount, total count will be the 0, and then I will having the total amount. So total amount, I am just going to use the parse float total amount dot to fixed. Okay, and I'm just going to return the state and total amount and total count. So this thing I have just returned here, and now instead of showing this static value, I am just going to read this value from the state. So let's read this value from the state. So this value we have in our cart container. So let's go into the cart container, and we have already used this use selector, so we can bring that total amount. Okay, and instead of that static value, I am just going to remove this one, and I'm going to paste this total amount. We have to dispatch this action. Okay, then only we'll get the total amount of our shopping cart. Okay, so in the cart container we have to bring this use dispatch as well, and we need to store this use dispatch reference in a dispatch variable, then only we can dispatch any action. And we also need to bring the use effect, and inside this use effect I am going to dispatch the action. So get cart total. So my VS Code automatically suggests me this action from this file. Okay, so it's automatically import that action, and I'm going to dispatch this action, and this action will dispatch whenever we are doing some changes in our cart, like adding the item into the cart, or removing the item from the cart, or increasing the quantity. In those kind of scenario, this action will always dispatch if you are doing anything with your shopping cart, either you are increasing the quantity or decreasing the quantity, or removing the item from the cart. Okay, so in that case you have to pass the dependency. So the dependency will be the cart here, so you need to add this dependency. So this will always dispatch whenever you are increasing the quantity or decreasing the quantity, and or removing the item from the shopping cart. So in that way you will get always updated total amount of your shopping cart. Okay, so in that way you will always get the updated total amount of your shopping cart. So let's go into the browser and see now this amount is correct here. Okay, so we are getting the updated amount. So if you add this amount, you will get this one only. So the amount is $2,200. Okay, so and this will always dispatch whenever you are basically increasing the quantity or decreasing the quantity, or removing the products from your shopping cart. So you will always get the updated amount of your shopping cart. So that's why I have used this way. Now the next thing we have to work on increase one. So let's work on the increase part. So we need to create one action here. So that will be like increase, and it will accept an ID. So we can pass this id as a payload. Okay, now in reducer we will add this logic. Okay, so we have to add that different case. So case types dot in, increase. Okay, so we have added that case, and let's use here a variable. So temp cart increase. Okay, state dot cart dot map cart item, and if cart item dot id is matched with the action dot payload. Okay, so here we are matching the id of the product, and if they match, then we are going to increase the quantity, as well as we need to also update the value of this amount as well. Okay, so and this will automatically update because we are dispatching the action whenever you are changing in your shopping cart. So where is the reducer? Okay, so here I'm going to return. So I'm just going to spread out the cart item amount. So the amount will be like cart item dot amount, and it's going to increase by 1, and we can return the cart item here. Okay, and here we are going to return state, and the card will be this temp card. Okay, so let's use this action, and we have to use this action in our this component cart items. Okay, so again we need those actions, so I will copy a couple of lines from here, so because we need this one, so let's use it here. And we also need to store the reference of use dispatch in a dispatch, and on clicking we have to increase that quantity. So here I'm going to use on click method, on click. Okay, and I'll be dispatching. So action is already ready, so let's bring that one. VS Code automatically import this action, and we need to update this action because the spelling is incorrect. Okay, so let's make that changes. Increase. Okay, I'm going to dispatch this action, and I'm going to pass this id. So we are receiving the id, and we have destructured the id here. So I haven't updated this action type here, so it will be the increase. So make sure to change that one. So let's go into the browser and try to add. So try to increase the quantity of this product. Let's see. So now you can see that we are able to increase this one. Okay, and you can see that the total amount is also getting updated. So it is updated with this logic that we have used here. So it's always dispatching whenever we are increasing the quantity in our shopping cart. Okay, so let's work on the remove part. So for remove, I'll just copy this one and not remove, I mean decrease. So decrease, and it will also receive the id, and make sure to update this action type as well. And let's add this case here, types dot decrease, and I'll just copy this entire stuff. Okay, and this will be, we need to change this variable, otherwise you will get an error. And let's put it here. And we have to also add one more logic here, because if the quantity is 1, okay, so if user is again clicking on this arrow down, so it will remove from your shopping cart. Okay, so we need to also add that logic here in case of the decrease. So I will add one filter here. So filter, and filter will be again will having the cart item, and the cart item dot amount is not equal to 0, so it's gonna remove. Okay, and this one also we need to change, so it will be minus. So that's it. And let's go to the cart items, and let's bring that action as well. So I'm just going to bring decrease. Okay, so I'll just copy this one, I'll just paste it here, and this will be the decrease. Okay, and let's go into the browser and see whether it's working or not. Refresh it, and let's increase this one. Now let's decrease. Now let's click one more time, and you can see that item is now removed from our shopping cart, and the amount is also getting updated. So we have to perform increase quantity and the decrease quantity. Now we have to perform this one as well if we wanted to remove the entire item from the cart. So let's work on that one as well. So here I'm just again going to copy this one, and this time it will having the remove. Okay, so this will also having a ID, and make sure to update this type as well. And now I'm going to add that logic in the reducer, so I'll add that case as well. Okay, so case types dot remove and return, so spread out the state, and the cart state dot cart dot filter, so filter cart item, and I will check ID. So if ID is not matched, then we want all those items. So this is the very basic logic to filter out your item from the array. Okay, so it won't have a semicolon. Okay, so let's go and perform this one as well. Okay, so we need to also add this logic here in cart item, so we need to bring that action. So I'll just copy this on click. Okay, and at the top I will bring that one, so it is remove. Okay, and this will be the remove. Okay, so let's go into the browser and see whether it's working or not. Refresh it. So let's delete this item. So we are also able to delete that item. And the next thing I wanted to work on this one, this count. So this count also need to update it if you increase the quantity, or if you decrease the quantity, or if you delete the entire item from the cart. So let's work on that one. So in order to work on that, we need to go to the navbar, and in navbar we need to bring that use selector again here from the React Redux. Okay, use selector, and now In use selector, we are going to use state dot cart, and here we have to bring that one. So we have a total count. Okay, so if you look at our reducer, so we are updating the entire shopping. So we are updating the entire shopping cart item count in this variable total count. So we have to bring this total count in the navbar. So we have already bring this total count, and we have to use it here. So earlier it was a static value, so let's give this total count now, and let's go into the browser and perform. So something issue is there. So some issue is there, so it will be the state actually, my bad. So let's go into the browser, and now let's increase. So you can see that this is also getting updated. Okay, and if you remove this item, so now we have 2 items left in our shopping cart. The next thing I wanted to work on the clear cart functionality, and this is a very easy one. So let's add that action as well, and we don't need any kind of payload here. The type will be the clear items. Clear item, we can give here clear items. We don't need to pass this ID. Let's format it. Let's go to the reducer and add that case as well here. So case types dot clear item return state and the cart, and it will be the empty array, and we have to use that one in our cart, in the cart container. Sorry, here we have to use, and we have to bring that action here. So clear items, and we can dispatch, instead of logging we can dispatch that action. So clear cart items. Okay, let's click on this one, clear cart. Okay, so we are able to remove all the items from our shopping cart. So next thing we have to work on this message. So if you don't have any item in our cart, so we want a different message here. So let's work on that one as well. So what we can do here, we can check here. Okay, so if the cart dot length, so if there is no item in the cart, then we are going to return like your shopping bag is empty, something like that. We are going to show the message to the user. So FW bold, and I'll give some style, inline style, margin top 20 pixel, and I'll give like your shopping bag. So I'll be using icon here, so it will be in span and icon. So the icon will be FAS icon, and it will be like shopping bag. So this is like empty. So this is gonna am return if we don't have a item in the cart. So cart dot length, actually not cart length, so make sure to change that one. Okay, let's go into the browser. Okay, you can see that we are getting that message, and if you click on this clear cart, you'll get that message like your shopping bag is empty. Okay, and you can see that this is also getting 0, the value is getting 0. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to implement that to persist our entire hopping cart. Okay, so let's implement that persist part here. So in order to persist, we have to add one package here. So npm install redux persist. So this package is required here. So guys, our package is installed now. So we can close this one. We don't need. And let's go to the first root reducer. So here we need from redux persist. We need to adjust our code little bit here. So from redux persist, I need persist reducer, and we also need here our storage, and we need to define one configuration here. So const persist config. Okay, and this will be an object. We need to pass the key here. Key will be root, means we are persisting everything from the root, and storage we need to pass that storage, and whitelist means basically which reducer we want to persist. So here we have only one reducer, that is a cart reducer. So we are going to give the art here because this is the key of this reducer. Okay, and we have to also modify this export. So persist reducer, and we need to pass this configuration. So persist config and root reducer, and we need to adjust some code here as well in our store. So here we also need persist store from the redux persist. Okay, so persist store, and now we need to adjust this one. So this will be export like this way, export const. We don't need default store, and here we need one more thing like export const persister. Okay, and persist store and pass the store. So this adjustment we need to do in our store.js file, and let's go into the index.js file, and index.js we now have to bring store not this way, we have to bring the store this way, store persister. Okay, and we have to bring one more thing from our redux persist. So this time the path will be like lib, then integration, then react. Okay, and from this we need a persist get here. Okay, this persist get we need to wrap this way. Okay, and you have to pass this persister here. So persister and this persister that we have bring from the store file. Okay, so let's go into the browser. We have error. Let's refresh this application. So we have refreshed this application. Now we are not getting that error. So let's increase this one, and now refresh. Now you can see that we are able to persist our shopping cart. So if you remove this one, it will have only those items in the shopping cart. So you can see that we are able to persist our shopping cart as well. And if you click on this clear cart, means we don't have any item in our shopping bag. So if you refresh it, you will always get this message because we are persisting this application. So that's why I have added this button. So if you want to restart, so you have to just click on this get item and you will get back all your 4 items in your cart. Okay, so let's work on that part. So if you wanted to play more around with this application, so you can always start from that point. So let's add that action, export const, and what is the action type we have given? Display items. Okay, so let's keep the same thing, display items. Okay, and it will be the type, and the type will be nothing, types dot display items. Okay, and let's add that scenario in our switch case statement. So I'll be adding here at the top, case types dot display items return, and just simply return this state. Okay, so let's go into the browser. Sorry, before going into the browser, we have to dispatch this action from our navbar, because in navbar we have that button. So we need to bring that use dispatch here, and we need to store the reference of use dispatch into a dispatch variable, and let's dispatch from this get item. So on click, and I'm going to dispatch that action and display item. So VS Code automatically import this action. So you can see that this is imported at the top. Let's save this file. Now go to the browser and refresh it. Now click on this get item. Okay, so we are not getting this. Okay, because our state is persisted, so we are not getting this item. So let's first give this button like get items. Okay, and what we can do here, we can bring that data file here, import cart data from data, and we can pass this cart data here. Okay, and let's adjust our action and reducer as well. So first I will adjust our action, so it will having a cart and payload cart. Okay, let's go to reducer and modify the logic. So here cart plus action dot payload. So let's go into the browser and see whether it's working or not. So let's click on this. Now we are able to get back our all item in the cart, and you can again perform the same operation if you wanted to perform, like increasing the quantity, decreasing the quantity, everything is updated. This is also getting updated, and the amount is also getting updated here. So everything is working as usual. So if you clear the cart, you have always option to get back your item in your cart with this button, if you wanted to do some more thing with this application. So you can also see that we are dispatching all this action like increase, get totals, decrease, clear cart, and this is also dispatching clear item. So all the action we are dispatching, you can see in the logger as well. So guys, we have implemented this Redux shopping cart, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. And if you like this video, then please press the like button and if you like this content, then also please subscribe my channel as well. So thank you so much guys for watching this video. Bye bye.